Welcome back to Mastering Mayhem, everyone. Glad to have you back. Let us continue with the KOBALT 6-tool combo kit, and we will continue by demonstrating the 6.5-inch 24-volt circular saw. Let's see what this guy can do. I already got a 2x6 ready clamped to the table, and we're just going to cut it the long way, about 4 feet. See how it does. I got the 2 amp hour battery on it right here. We're gonna also try it with the 4 amp hour battery if the 2 amp hour can't really cut it. That's right, I said it. Can't really cut it. Let's see what this can do with the 2x6, and then we will move on to showing off the new hammer drill that Marcos got due to the kindness and amazing customer service by Lowe's and KOBALT's amazing guarantee. Alright, so it cut the whole length of the way, about 4+ feet of 2x6, no problem. That was with the 2 amp hour battery. This guy will cut no problem. 2x6 didn't block up. It didn't block up, didn't stop, didn't hesitate. No downtime or any type of loss of power. It just kept going. I didn't have to force it or push it too hard to get through that. Let's see how it does with the 4 amp hour battery. Alright, so definitely no problem with the 2 amp or the 4 amp. It cut through this 2x6 with ease, and definitely love this circular saw's capability. Definitely has the power you need to cut through 2x4s for sure. The depth is just fine, it cuts through, and we have no issues with it. So Marcos, again, this circular saw is going to come in handy for you over and over again, I'm sure, and glad to have had the privilege and the fun of testing it out. Let's go on to the hammer drill. Okay, so one really cool thing that I like about this hammer drill on the KOBALT options here, you can see here on the side you have the different selections here, right? Whether you go for the drilling option there, screwing, and then of course the hammer selection, right? But what's really cool is you have this little window at the top of the drill as well. It shows you what selection you have the drill on. So that is pretty cool. That way you don't have to look at the side to see, right? You can just look right up here at the top, make your selection, and get to work. So a pretty sweet little feature there that I love. This guy sounds a little more powerful to me. We got the 4 amp hour battery on it. This clutch selector is great. Love the way it feels. It's a nice and it's like a soft click, right? It's not too abrupt or too rough. It's just a nice click. So let's go ahead and get on this log, drill a few bolts, and then we will also test the hammer part of it into some concrete and see if we can drill at least a 1/2 inch drill bit hole, if not bigger. Alright, we got the side handle here in place. Give me a little extra, it'll give me a little more leverage to hold these screws from twisting my wrists and arms. So definitely be sure to use this, Marcos, when you're doing things that require or use more torque, and therefore will put more pressure on your wrists and your arms. Let's go ahead and drive this in. I know the hammer drill will be able to drive it in since the regular drill driver did it, no problem. Let's see if we can get it in straight. Here we go. Alright, so that clutched out on 24 on the drill mode. So let's go on, we don't need the hammer. Well, that was the screwing mode. This is the drill mode. Yeah, no problems. And this is on the slower speed, alright? So again, I highly recommend if you're doing longer lag bolts, things like that, if it's pretty long, 4, 5, 6 inches or longer, I would have it on speed 1 so it's a little bit slower. You just don't need that fast speed for these longer screws. And so let's go ahead and try a longer screw, a 10-inch screw here. A 10-inch fastener right here. There we go. Let's go ahead and drill this all the way down. There we go. Yep, no problem. Let's do the speed on the higher setting to get it out. Nice. So yeah, no problem with the longer screws. So if you use this guy for just your regular 2x4s, you know, sheetrock, plywood, screws, you know, 2-3 inch screws, 3.5 inch screws, 4 inch screws, this guy will do just fine, just like the drill driver. So now we're going to go ahead and test out the hammer drill function on this guy and see how it does. So we have a 1/2 inch masonry bit we're going to drill into this concrete block, and let's see how it does. We're going to put it on high speed. It's in hammer drill mode. Let's see how long it takes for about 4 inches of driving a masonry bit into concrete. No problem. 1/2 inch bit went in about 4 inches into the concrete block with a decent amount of time. Mr. Marcos, you have an excellent hammer drill coming your way. You get the sidebar here to give you that extra control, and yeah, this is a great drill. We're going to do one more part with the multi-tool to show you all how to put the sanding piece on here onto the attachment. This KOBALT is pretty neat. I don't know how other brands do it, but anyway, you just take this with the padding on the back of the sanding paper, and it just sticks right to this triangle attachment. So as you can see there, it's really sticky. So you can take it by peeling it off. You can take it off by peeling it off, but you can't by it sliding back and forth on the wood, right? So we're going to show you how that works. And then of course, with getting it attached to the multi-tool, you just take this guy all the way out, right? The handle comes all the way out, this drops, and then you just slide this guy in just like that, and you line it up so it's straight, and it just goes right there like that, nice and straight, and then just drop it down and it's in place. It's ready to go. That was on 3. So it's attached well. It's ready to do some sanding. We are going to sand my stairs that lead into the home, because when there was a bunch of ice on the stairs, I brought my shovel out and just wanted to break the ice because I kept slipping as I was going up and down the stairs. So I'm going to sand out. Thanks for letting me use this, Marcos, by the way. But I'm going to sand out some of the places where we could potentially get splinters or whatnot walking up and down the stairs, because sometimes we just don't use shoes coming out here since we have turf grass, and most of the times we don't even wear shoes coming out here. So let's go ahead and sand it down real quick, show you all how it's done. Alright, so this thing does a really good job. As you can see here, we eat off some of that sanding paper, so you will be one short, Marcos, but yeah, and then it just comes off like Velcro, and then you're good to put on another one, no problem. Very durable, love it. And just so you can see here, I was able to smooth out some of the areas there where my shovel, I would hit into the wood as I was trying to break up the ice. I used a hammer too, and just different things to try to break up that ice so I don't slip, but just a bunch of nicks that I just now sanded down to keep us from getting any splinters. So yeah, this guy is great. Did all the stairs, and battery life is pretty good. We still got three bars remaining, so I'll recharge this for you, Marcos, and then yeah, we'll get everything squared away for you and on its way. We showed you all the awesome 24-volt circular saw, 6.5 inch, and it's very capable to rip and cut. So yeah, definitely circular saw. I wouldn't mind having it with me anywhere on any job site, because it'll get the job done, especially with that 4 amp hour battery. It'll cut through anything, it'll rip whatever wood you need to take care of. And then the new hammer drill that you get in your kit is amazing. So you can do masonry work, you can work into concrete. You need to put some anchors or anchor bolts, the smaller ones. It'll do the job for you, no problem. And then this multi-material tool, which we did an overview on it and showed it cut a 4x4, but then I also just showed you how it sands, and it does just fine. So a really good tool, doesn't use much power. It doesn't take up a lot of power from the battery, as far as my experience was anyway, doing the whole staircase there with all the gouges and stuff that I wanted to sand out a little bit. So yes, very nice multi-tool. And then the KOBALT, this is a 400 lumen lamp. We used this during the storm where we had no light, no power in our home, and this was our use of choice to just be mobile in the home, because we'd have all the lights were off, and so we'd grab this just to be able to walk around the house and see where we were going at night. So very nice lamp. Again, swiveling head, more like a hanging bracket here that you could use to hang the light if you need it hung somewhere. No magnets anywhere on it, but again, it's just a nice little tool to have whenever you need some light. Does not use a lot of battery life when you we had this going on one night because my rigid ran out of battery life and we didn't recharge them in time, so we had this guy just kind of pointing up at the ceiling, and it lit up our whole kitchen and living room, no problem, at least enough to see where we needed to go and not bump into things. So very handy tool, glad we had it during the storm. So that's it. That's the last of them. Seeing that I did all this work with these tools, cutting wood, you know, drilling and things like that, the floor is a mess. So here's the preview for the next video. I will be doing a review on this guy, the Musu Wet Dry Vac 2-gallon cordless. I already charged the battery, so this will be the next review. This was sent to me by the company off of Amazon to do a review on it. So we're gonna go ahead and use all the debris on the floor, and we'll do some wet as well. to see how this guy does with the battery life and just its suction power and all the attachments it comes with and things like that. So stay tuned for the next video on that, the Musu Wet Dry Vac Cordless. Glad we were able to do it into like a 3-part series of the 6-tool combo kit. Once again, Marco's glad that you were able to get upgraded to the hammer drill. Enjoy that. And so here at Mastering Mayhem, I'm always looking for the best tools, tech, DIYs, and deals for you. And stay tuned again. Please support the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, clicking that notification bell. And definitely when you click that notification bell, you should see 3 options come up. What you want to do is click all notifications. That way you're always up to date to what my latest video is that I just posted. And until next time, I only hope all the best to you and yours.